Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So this week, as every week is with me, was very interesting. So I've been trying to fit my exhaust to my car. In fact, let me show you very quickly. This exhaust here, this is the U-bend. Basically I bought a Golf GTE kit for the no, it's not a GTE kit. It's a kit from a GTD, but it's supposed to fit a GTE, but it doesn't, because the exhaust pipe from the GTE has a diameter of 60 millimeters, and this exhaust has a diameter of 70 millimeters. So I decided that I would take my car down to a company down in Bournemouth who specialize in custom exhaust. If you live in Bournemouth, you may know the place I'm talking about. There's not many, and it's not too difficult to figure out who it is. So I took the car down there and I showed them that this is what I got. So we got this, needs to go into that. Could you do it? How much would you charge? Guy had the car up on a ramp, and after fiddling around for a bit, came out to me and said, yeah, we can do that. We'll just fit a sleeve in there, blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost you £260.
You've got to be kidding me.
£260 for to make that work, which I thought was slightly expensive. So as you can imagine, I politely declined his offer, his kind offer to fit my exhaust for £260. And I decided to contact the manufacturer, and I said, well look, you sent me the kit, unfortunately it doesn't fit my car. Do you have a kit specifically for the GTE? And I said, yeah, no problem. It's actually the same kit, but what you need to do is you need to cut the exhaust a different way. So they demonstrated and spoke and told me how to do it, and they said to take up the difference you need an adapter, and they showed me the adapter. The adapter cost £11. In fact, it cost £17 if they were going to ship it, but they said to me, well, you can get it from this site and it will cost you £11. And I ordered it and it cost me £11. So how does somebody justify £260 as opposed to £11? I mean, the parts are £11 and you got to add their labor, but £260, yeah, I think someone's taking a mick there. So I'm going to attempt to do it today, and that's what you're going to see. And on top of that, to get the exhaust in, we need to change the back bumper, because the exit in the back has only one outlet, and of course we're putting a twin pipe layout here, a twin pipe rear box delete to be precise. So I've got myself, as you probably may have seen or you may not have seen, and I'm going to show you anyway, I bought a diffuser from a type a Golf R. So that's going to go on the back of the car, and also we're going to add K&N filter. Now the standard filter in the car is absolutely filthy, so we need to change that anyway, and I've been looking for an excuse to get a performance filter. But the problem with that size engine is that they respond really well to good filtration, but the companies that make them absolutely exploit that. And so you can get like a cone filter with a plastic sleeve over it, and I'm not sure whether the plastic sleeve does have a Venturi effect, so it's forcing more air in like the diagram shows, but they want around £400 for that. And I just, how do you justify £400 for a bit of plastic that goes round? So I'm just going to go for basically a replacement one. And these filters are much better. I've used K&N filters for years. I've got K&N in the S3, and they do make a difference. I mean, they're supposed to offer up to 50% more filtration, around 10 brake horsepower more. Whether that's the case or not, we are going to find out. But in terms of their performance, they do perform well. They do allow the car to breathe better compared to the standard filter. And when you see the filter on the GTE, you'll see exactly what I mean. So, and the reason why I'm doing all of this now is because on the 15th, which is 2 weeks from now, the car is booked in to have that dyno run. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I know you guys are going to be looking forward to that. And the same company that is doing the dyno run is also going to be doing a dyno run on the S3. So we've got lots of things coming up. So that's Regal Auto Sports in Southampton. looking forward to doing that. Anyway, enough of the chat. Let's get on and do our jobs today. So the first thing we're going to do is fit this, and we'll take the old one out. We'll take a look at that old filter and see what that looks like. Let's go and do that. Right, so if you're familiar with a 1.4 litre engine, this familiar air filter, you would recognize how this works. For those who are not, the process is simple. So this bolts on to some suckers. We need to remove this clip here, and then we'll be able to take this off. Then there's 2 screws underneath which we remove, and that reveals the air filter. So we'll do that and then we'll take a look. As filters go, this one is quite complex. Right, so I'm assuming that this is the original filter, pretty dirty in there, and this filter itself is it's okay, but it's definitely coming to the end of its life, and had this car gone back to VW, I would expect that to be changed. Right, okay, so I'm going to just quickly clean this up here, give it a spray, and then we'll put our new K&N filter in, and then we'll fit this back in the car. There you go, all done, very easy, 2-minute job that is. So that should let the car breathe easier. Now let's look at the exhaust. Right, so here's our exhaust. Let me show you how this is going to work. So there's our end pipes, that's where our curve goes. So I'll just demonstrate that to you now. So that slides into there like that, and that forms one of our exhausts. We've got the other one back in the house. Now on the GTE, this is a 45-degree turn. Actually, it's not a 45-degree. What you're seeing now is a 45-degree turn. On the GTE, it's a 90-degree. So it goes round the suspension, back round again, like a U-shape. So what we're going to do is, and what we've been told by the manufacturer to do, is that we cut it here straight across, and then we put our cap on top of that, and that clamps down, and then the 60mm piece will just slot in like that. As simple as that. That's a theory anyway. So I'm still waiting for my bracket to arrive. As soon as that arrives, we can get on and size that up and get under the car to do that bit. And of course what we need to do as well is we need to remove the bumper, and then we'll put on the new lower diffuser. So as you can see, this one's got like a mouth opening there, but nothing on that side. But the one I got in the garage does have that. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so here's our diffuser, and I've mock fitted it on my old bumper, which I've kept because I'm still going to take these parking sensors out for spares. But as you can see, it's nice and shiny. I like this one, it's really nice. Something actually fits into there, but I'm not quite working out what that is yet. But again, not so bothered, but it looks much better, and I only paid £50 for this. This should have been around £270, but Volkswagen deal was, so obviously they ordered it in and didn't sell it, so they sold it off cheap for £50. So the exhaust, although that hole is for a double pipe, I'm fitting a single pipe, and it's going to look a little bit like that. There's a lot of space, a lot of real estate, but I'm not really bothered because you don't see that under the car. All you see is that bit there, the top, you see. So it should look good, and in the future it means that I can put a double pipe in there should that come available, just to give it some, well, to fill it out a little bit. But I'm quite happy with that arrangement. So what we're going to do is we'll take the bumper off, and I'm also going to take these lights out, because these are LED lights. The ones that are on the bumper now are not. So I'll take those back off and stick them onto the car as well, and that will complete that look, and I'll just strip it for parts really. It's always worth having it. I mean, to be fair, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this bumper. The only thing that's wrong with it, I think it had some scratches on it, and was there something wrong with this bumper? Yeah, I think it was just scratched up really. Yeah, it's just scratched up. I could actually sell that bumper on. There's a thought. Right, anyway, so let's get that sorted. We'll get that fitted to the car, and we're good to go. Actually, before we fit that on the car, the old TT is still here. It's here because we got a problem with the ignition, and I'm pretty sure that it's this cable here. I've checked the injectors, and the car just runs really rough. And what I've done, I've disconnected this connector here, and it runs exactly the same with it connected or not, which tells me it's one of these cables. Now if you look on these cables here, you can see that they're actually damaged. That's how it came out. So I'm thinking that the cable's broken, and that's the reason why it's no longer working. So I have got a replacement, but that will be another episode. We'll concentrate on that, but at the moment we're going to work on the car. So I have plans for this car, because I don't know what it is about the Mark 1. I really don't want to let this car go for some reason. It's yeah, stolen my heart. So I'm thinking of some things that I could do to it, but I will talk to you about that at another time. But at the moment, this is where it's been for the last 7 months, and it's such a shame because it's a really good example of a car. Right, let's get back to the subject in hand.
72 hours later.
Right, so here's the situation. This is wrong. So this is the expansion that I was going to use, and it's the wrong one. So I've ordered the right one, but it won't arrive today, which means I can't complete this, which is a shame, because I really want to get this done today and make this video more interesting than what it is. But let me show you what I'm talking about on the pipe here. So essentially what we've got to do is we're going to cut it across here, and then this will basically slip on the straight bit there, but this is too big. Now I can crush this down, but I've actually ordered the right piece, and what it does is it's a step reducer, which will be much better, and it's the one that the manufacturer actually recommend. So we'll get it done next week, and that will be the final bit we need before this car or the GTE goes to get tuned. So that brings us on to our winter project. Now normally I buy, around this time of the year, I look to buy a new vehicle for the winter season, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that this year, because I'm debating what I'm going to do with this car here. Now at the moment it's running, but it's running really rough. It sounds like it's misfiring as if a coil pack is gone, but I've changed all the coil packs and it's still doing it. And like I showed you earlier, all the plugs are actually firing. Even though the wiring is a bit frayed, all the plugs are firing. So it's a mystery of what this is. But I have been toying for a while of taking this engine out and sticking a RS3 2.5 litre engine in. It's a very rare conversion. There is a couple that I've seen. I'm going to show you a picture now, hopefully. And as you can see, it's doable. Now it is quite complex because you've got to mate two different CAN bus systems together. On this TT, this is the early CAN bus 1 system, and the RS3 is the latest CAN bus 2, so the two don't play very well. So there's a lot of wiring that you need to do and a separation of the systems to get it done. I've been speaking to a company in the US who's been doing it, and I'm just weighing up the pros and cons. Obviously if we did it, it would be a very rare car indeed, and be quite an interesting project. Now, you know me and my winter projects, how we like to get on. So let me know what you think. The other alternative is that I look at another vehicle, like I was thinking of something like a Porsche Cayman as a project. What do you think? 2.5 Porsche Cayman. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like. That's not saying that either will come off. That's just some ideas going off in my head, because like I said, I do like this car, and I think that I could probably make it into a bit of a showpiece car, and the 2.5 will be definitely a talking point. But then, is it worth it? That's a big thing. So let me know, like I said, in the comments below, and we will take it to the next one. So next week we will be getting this exhaust sorted. You will see that at last, and you'll see the piece. I mean, the piece that I've purchased is £13, so if it works, I'll tell you what, it'll be brilliant. So yeah, we'll see that. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down here and click on the bell notification button so you're notified when we release any new videos. And some people keep asking me about the tools that I do or I use in the vlog. All the tools that I use, or most of the tools, are in our Amazon store, so look down below in the link and you'll see the Amazon store for the tools that I use on this channel, and also some merchandise. We have t-shirts, etc., blah blah blah. It's all there in the bottom there. So we look forward to seeing you next week, guys. Have a good one.